Hi Patricia, I'm Byron, the case manager here. How are you?
Good, thanks. How are you?
I'm Hugh, I'm the OT.
Oh, hello.
This is Hugh from Apicus Health, and yeah, we just thought we'd come together and talk to you today about what's been going on. So, what's been happening lately in your life?
Okay. Well, recently I've become made redundant from my position. It's a bit hard because I worked there for a long time.
How long was that?
30 years, just near 30 years.
Wow.
So, and now being made redundant. So, I worked at an accounting firm, and now I'm a little bit lost, if I'm honest.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Fair enough. Okay. Well, Hugh and I are here to just because we've seen some of the notes prior to coming here, but yeah, with meeting with you. But yeah, wasn't a great achievement, and unfortunately, it sucks that you didn't get that full applause from that company. But yeah, so obviously things happen in life. We've all had our ups and downs, but we're here to help you get to that next level and see what the passion is and the drive for the next chapter. Because
Thank you.
yeah, we can't wait for that. So I just thought I might ask you a question if that's okay with you.
Yeah.
So what aspect of your previous work did you find most fulfilling?
Oh, I guess being part of a group, being there for such a long time, I had like really good relationships, and it was like more family than work to me. So I think building relationships with clients, and I know this sounds silly, but actually a purpose, like I was like needed and
Makes sense.
wanted to be part of that firm.
Yeah.
So I guess the inclusive and using my brain and I guess having a purpose of life, routine. Like I knew what I was doing
Yeah.
day to day, and to have that been gone, which not really the company's fault. Like these things happen, and I am 55. So it's just one of those things. It's not anything of bad, relationships. We're still very close, but it still doesn't help how I feel like I'm a bit lost because I valued that workplace.
Yeah.
It's very understandable. Because being in a situation like that, when you've got that family environment, feeling very welcomed, not just there as you're going in for work in itself. It's that environment, that place, and making you feel welcome. So when you go there every day, you have a reason to be there, not just for work style, but also personal. So getting that taken away from you, I understand that can be very, very hard in the moment. So that's why we're here today, to provide you any assistance to, trying to help with any varying problems that's going to make you a little bit more independent, with your life. So.
Thank you.
Yeah, very inspiring though as well that you've got so much humble attitude towards them, even though unfortunately after 30 years they made you redundant. So very inspiring there. So what we're like, obviously Hugh did reflect on that, but just to confirm with my notes, it's all about you had an aim, you had a purpose, and that really drove you to achieving what you did in that 30 years, and it made you feel like a family, kind of work family that you could come to on a bad day, and you knew what your job was, so that made it easier, but you could also connect with all the people around you. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, right.
Yes.
Okay. So if you're okay with it, I've just got another few questions.
Yeah.
Take your time with these, absolutely. Because we're just trying to look into the background of you, and just try and see where we can take those pieces from that 30 years of work, and then go forward with that, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if obviously Hugh, if you've got anything to say within Patricia's responses. Yeah, for sure, we can take our time. Are there any new skills or fields of work you would be interested in exploring?
Look, if I'm honest, at this stage in my life, at 55, I'm okay not to reach for a golden job, so to speak. Like, all I'm after is like work to give me routine, to give me some income, and to be part of a team. So skills, I'm a little bit lost because I've done administration for 30 years. I'm not sure what else, I don't know that I'm after the drive of being a personal assistant to have that level of pressure now that I'm starting to step back a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm keen to work to have maybe just the structure in my life to know that I have a purpose.
Yeah.
Then waking up and going, what am I doing?
Okay.
So I think I'm open to some resources that you may have or suggestions, because at this stage I'm happy just to go to work and do admin or anything like that, but I'm not wanting to climb the ladder at this time in my life. Previously, like, I've done all that, so now I'm just get up, go to work and be part of a team.
You want to make sure that when you're going, you don't feel like you're going to work.
Yes.
Feel like you're going somewhere which is just like home.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
Yeah.
Not too much pressure at this age.
Right, of course.
Because I'm unfortunately getting to the end of my working career as well. And I don't want to be overload pressure to go home and be stressing on my own.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. Just to expand on that, one question, it's not actually written down, but I'd just love to hear it. When you're coming home from work, what are your activities that you usually go about doing? Is there a lot of distractions? Like, are you very busy, or are you very kind of relaxed, laid back, and like waiting for the next work day to be able to go and enjoy?
That's probably a really good question, Byron, because when I actually go home, there isn't a lot for me. I live on my own. So I'd like to find something, because all I do is work and come home, and I see future problems with that if I just dwell on my own, currently with not having any work. So at the moment, it's just like play with my dog, get some dinner, have a shower, redo the day. It's just like kind of a routine, a rut, really, to be honest.
You want a good routine, something consistent and fun, but you don't want anything to make you feel complacent or just like you're going every day and it's the same. You want something that's going to keep you waking up every morning feeling like, this is what I'm meant to do, I'm happy with this, I'm enjoying this.
Yes.
And just from what you're saying, just so I can reflect on it, you're saying that you're really passionate about working. You love the whole thing of what to do next, but you're just not feeling that connection from your personal life. So you're actually taking, like, you're mainstreaming that work life, that you're loving the effort from that. Is that correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
I don't have that at home, so that's why I guess I was so passionate of my 30 years with that account firm, because they were my family.
Yeah. Well, thanks for that insight. I really do appreciate that expanded answer, Patricia. Just piggybacking off in that response, it actually helps with the next question, is how do you feel about connecting with community resources or support groups that might help you? So talking as in, like, with examples like you as an OT from Abacus Health, or even like social groups when you're in your personal life and, you might want to take your dog to the dog park where there's, a few other people that are looking to make friends and stuff like that, or, just a support group that might want to do some art, or what would you find when, like, looking at these kind of resources moving forward?
Well, being 55 and single, and no family, really not sure, because I've been so structured and routine of work. My mindset is zoned that way. So I feel a little, if I'm honest, a little bit like depressed and lonely and a little bit sad at times, because I don't know what to do. Family, I live on my own, and only family member I have is my sister, but she's interstate and she has a family herself, so I don't want to become a burden on them. I know I need to do something, but I'm a little bit lost of how to step out into it. I would be open to doing some activities of such and mixing with people, but I think that's going to just take some little steps to get me like just feeling comfortable enough.
Yeah, of course. Well, like, obviously these are just suggestions. Hugh's here just to gain some insight into what's going on, just like myself. However, like, these are just examples, and slowly over steps and steps, and whenever you're ready to jump into those, and we both come to a mutual kind of agreement on that for your progression, then we can step into that. These are just kind of ideas on where you might want to be able to branch out to when you're not, once we've got a working position, where you might want to do, because you seem like you're very passionate, very driven, and you want the same thing that you've got from work, which is to be kind of loved and attended to, like in a way of socially and everything like that.
Yeah, I think even I don't need to work crazy hours, but I need just to come to a balance in my life, if that makes sense.
Of course. Yeah, no, that makes complete sense. Do you have anything to add here or not?
No, I think we've covered the majority of that. I just want to take in mostly what you're bringing to the table, so I can provide the best amount I possibly can. Yeah. So I want to make sure, as I said, that you're getting up every day and making sure you're doing what you want to do. So it's my job here to best attend to what's going to benefit you every day, depending on where you are, who you're with, and what activities are going to be something that bends into the parameters of what works for you without stepping out too much. Keeping you in that boundary of comfort, and as I said, slow process of here's some people that I reckon you might have a nice time with and feel that connection with bond, but also you'll go with purpose with that too.
Yes.
So
probably need to do some meditation groups and relax type of things to get me stop being so worked up with what I need to do instead of just enjoying a bit of life, which I've just been worked on.
Yeah, of course, no, I totally understand that. Alright, so the last question I have here, I'm sorry, I'll stop you with the questions really soon, but are there any specific challenges you feel are preventing you from moving forward? Like, so from the past kind of trauma of, not trauma, but like inflictions of, having that devastating news of leaving the company after 30 years, somewhere that you've so loved, and even from the first day to the last day by the sounds of it, what is it? Is there something there, or is it also adding on to the, I don't want to say like the boredom kind of stuff from like being at home and not really having that push from personal life of just,
I think my main concern is a bit of anxiety, because I've been comfortable for that time with that company, and now to be the new person, it gives you a lot of anxiety of that. So I
feeling
think,
like you're starting over again.
yeah, and if they're going to like me, am I going to do a good job? Because I knew I fulfilled my role, I knew I could do it, and that just comes over time. And I think that's going to be the hurdle of being also new and feeling where I fit in, I guess.
Of course.
Does that make
Yeah,
sense?
no, absolutely.
Yeah.
No.
So, that's, I guess, all that I have on that. Just, you get a bit down and lonely, and I'm worried that I'm not going to do it right, and I don't want to fail.
Yeah, and so if you fail, like you're going to go back into isolating, and obviously you've been able to realise that that's not very, very good for moving forward and progress. But yeah, no, absolutely. So a lot of people obviously get mixed up, and this is why I brought Hugh here, because I looked at your case and I'm like, I think he could help out, and his company can help out quite a lot. Obviously, I'm going to be here throughout the whole process, and managing everything and seeing what's going on, talking to Hugh regularly if you're happy to take him on board.
Yes.
But basically, what I think Hugh can relate to this and understand for this, but a lot of my clients that I see when I might offer an OT, or when the word OT comes up, occupational therapist, is that people think it's just about modifying equipment for people that might not have access to certain places, but it's also about getting active in the community and making sure he can branch out to those places like meditation or something that you maybe you say, oh hi Hugh, is there like a lacrosse game today, or is there training that I can go to, or is there an outing, so these are all important things, and he's not just there to modify stuff, but he's here to modify stuff for you and try and find stuff that can potentially, I guess, create a way in the barrier, within the barrier that has come up.
Well, I would be like many of your other clients, Byron. I would think that an OT was just, showing me exercises and things. So thanks for explaining that, because I had no idea.
Yeah.
So I'd be grateful for your help.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, awesome. So moving forward into our next session, we might be we'll look into. We appreciate your time and all the questions we've answered. I know it can be draining sometimes, but yeah, we'll look into some short-term and long-term goals. We'll reach out to Hugh with this one as well, and we'll get him to maybe attend or to see those, and then that way we can work together to find a plan. And obviously, once we initiate that, like those plans moving forward, those actions that we might get you to, activities we might get you to do, we can take our time with it. It's not one day this has to happen, one day this has to happen. It'll be across, weeks or months or however long you want to take, because at the end of the day, this process starts and ends with yourself. Like, it's not about us carrying this over. If you're feeling comfortable enough after a week or whatever time span, or like whatever works for you, that's when this process comes to an end. But we're happy to have you on board, and
Thank you.
Me joining along on any of these activities or whatnot, I said I'm going to be able to get a better gauge on who you are and what works for you, and what doesn't push past those limits of where you feel uncomfortable. As I said, we're going back to the basics. Like, we want to make sure you're waking up every day feeling mentally strong and knowing exactly what you want to go for and where you're comfortable. So me coming on to that, it could be a week, as I said, Lauren said, it could be a month, it could be 2-3 months. It's a matter of what is good for you. And we're along for the ride, and we're very patient with you and what you're after. So it's don't ever feel pressure that we're trying to get you to this point by this date. There is an end date, but that's by your choice and by how you progress and how you feel. So.
And maybe if I come to that and then I'm okay now, can I just revisit if I'm having a trouble?
Absolutely, your file always stays in our company's files. But also another thing is just make sure that if it really isn't something that you want to do, just let us know. But I'll never go, like, obviously I reached out to Hugh's company, Apicus Health, but I'll never go to get a referral for you or anything like that without you signing off first. So this stuff stays confidential. Obviously, I believe you've looked at the documents prior to this meeting. But just so you're aware, that doesn't happen. Every activity goes by you. So, we're about to wrap up, and I really appreciate your time today, Patricia. Have you got any questions for us?
No, I think I feel better now. I was very, 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 had a lot of anxiety because it's all so scary and you talk about it, but I actually feel better.
That's
awesome.
It made me feel really comfortable.
That's great.
Thank you.
We look forward to moving forward with you on this amazing journey. It might be down here at the moment, but we're definitely going to get you up there and staying there as setting the bar higher and higher each time. But awesome. Thank you so much, Patricia, again.
I appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Cool, great work, guys.
Fuck, we smashed that.
Smash that.
I don't know if I'd...
Faggot.
Fucking hell, Lauren, you cracked me up.